Okay, we are live again. Um, yeah, it's morning here in Norway, um, and I've been up since hold on, 2:30 a.m. I don't use an alarm clock, but my chronic headache is kind of an alarm clock. That's at that time it decided to wake me up. So I got up and I started working. For those of you who don't know, I'm a novelist. There are actually people who think that I'm a full-time YouTuber. I'm not. That's not. That's not my line of work at all. No, I'm a novelist, and I have been so for since I was 19, actually. Yeah, so I'm going to just give it a few seconds here so that people can, well, if a miracle happens, then YouTube will tell people that I'm actually doing a live stream. Um, now, the lobster cross. Yeah, I had a dog toy on because on my bookshelf, and some people thought it was a cross. No, it was a lobster sent to me very kindly by actually one of you guys. Um, so tonight is saying smoke signals would be more realistic than YouTube notifications. I'll just warn you. I'm going to mix the words up a little bit because I am very tired. But still, I had this idea that I have something to say, something I need to say to you guys. So, well, it says in the title, "Do less." Um, and if I had written that title on a video or a live stream, let's say, 3 years ago, it would have been about how to be more effective, how to choose the right things and not spend time on insignificant things, which 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 would have been good advice, but that's actually not what I mean. That's not my message now. My message now is quite different, actually. It's quite simply just do less, you know, um, because what I'm seeing now is a very disturbing trend. Okay, did you know that we have a situation in the economy now, at least in the U.S. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but um, there is less money uh, in society, less money to get hold of, less money. Uh, so the country is less liquid. Liquid? No. Liquidity? No. If I use the wrong term, I am sorry. I'm Norwegian. Liquid, we say in Norwegian. There is less money, and the inflation is going up. Isn't that the kind of money they call M2 in social economics? So many years now since I was in university, but basically, we haven't seen that since before the Great Depression, 1930s. Um, so, okay, that's interesting, isn't it? Well, this is too early for me to get into difficult topics, but I would say that this idea that if you just try hard, work hard, you're going to be able to build up a fortune, wealth, maybe not a fortune, but build up wealth and all that. Sadly, I don't think that's true anymore. I'll say it again so that everyone gets this, okay? What I'm seeing now is that we are living in a kind of society where it's virtually impossible to build up wealth so that you can, save wealth for your kids, your old age, and so on. It seems like it's going to be reserved for very few people to do that. And I'm talking to those of you who are still young, and I wish I didn't have to say that, but well, it's possible to do that. It's absolutely possible. But you're going to have to spend your life, one, working really hard, two, avoiding taxes. And it's getting very difficult to avoid taxes, and they are increasing the taxes. So just a couple of words about taxes. These politicians and other criminals, they might say that, well, you know, the taxes have gone down. No, taxes is income tax, the tax that is added to everything you buy. Taxes contribute largely to inflation, because when a company gets added taxes, the taxes increase. What do? They increase the prices, and so on and so on. It's getting very difficult to build up wealth. Now, I have done that. Um, and I'm now in a situation where, well, you know, the tax system is being tweaked so that it will it's getting more and more difficult for me to get hold of and to spend money that I have saved without paying huge amount of taxes first. So that's why I'm saying do less. So do less, what does it really mean? Well, you shouldn't live less, you should do less. I mean, if the idea that you start working in a company and you work your way up, no, I don't believe that's a model that can be trusted at all anymore. So do less but live more. That's the advice I would give myself, my younger self. If I had a time machine, you know, I would go back till, when I was 20 maybe, and I would do less and live more. Um, Travel more. Yes, it's expensive to travel, but you could hike. You can cover great distances on a bicycle. It doesn't have to be expensive at all. Um, and I really, I wish more people, especially younger people who haven't traveled so much, I wish they, thank you for the super chat there, Step Down. I'm going to get to the chat now in just a few minutes. Where was I? Yeah, well, travel, get those experiences, live your life, you know, because this idea that, well, I need to work a lot now so that I can, at some point I can retire and then live life. No, don't fall into that trap. Don't fall into that trap. Okay. Why? Well, we never know what happens tomorrow. Life is not guaranteed. And also, I think that the age of retirement is going to be pushed up and up and up. Many countries, it's 70 now, I believe, and it's going to. They're going to have these politicians. They want people to work and pay taxes, because that's what people are to them. Um, they want them to do that until almost the day they die. Okay, don't fall into that trap. So live more, you know. And I've been, thinking, should I get a larger boat? Should I get a big van? I could live, not live in the van, but travel in the van. And so I really want to do that, but then I look at the prices that these people are asking for those vans. I would have to take up a mortgage to buy something like that, and I'm not willing to do that. So, you know, I wish I was a car mechanic. I could then build something that I could buy something that I could fix. Sorry, I'm stumbling a little bit here with the words because I've been up since for a long time now. um, so yeah, you know, it's 1.5 meters that way to my backpack, and I already have most of the stuff I need in the backpack. Not the sleeping bag, because it needs to be. You shouldn't keep your down sleeping bag compressed. So I just take the sleeping bag into my backpack and off I go. Um, cost me nothing. It's there is no cost involved, no expenses, and that's living. That's living. You know. Yeah. Okay. So let's let's get to the chat here. You know. Um, okay. Yeah, Step Down is saying in Estonia they plan to install smart water meters that can be switched off once the monthly limit has been exceeded. Yeah, that's a common theme, isn't it? They are, there is seems to be like they want to measure and monitor and surveil every fucking aspect of our lives. And I'm telling you, they're going to have. I'm almost quoting Leonard Cohen now, who was almost prophetic in some of his lyrics. They're going to have some meters in the bedrooms soon, and they will tax you for, for having sex or for snoring or for sleeping, you know, or for breathing. Yeah. Um, let's see here. John Turtle says, I never thought I'd be playing a Fallout 3 simulator in real life. Yeah, well, I think that's a computer game. I have heard about that one actually. I have only played a computer game once in my life. My kids got me to do that, and I didn't really understand so much of what was happening. um, and by the way, I constantly get these. This is a sidetrack. I'm getting sidetracked here, but I get emails from these companies, and they constantly want me to promote stuff in my videos, uh, and they I never do. I'm not going to do that. Well, I guess I could say like, and this video is sponsored by this and that VPN or something like that. That would be it. Uh, if it's something useful. I haven't done it yet because they want you to sit there and talk about some crap for 90 seconds. I'm not going to do that. But you see, these YouTubers, they do that all the time, you know. But here's the thing, you know, I think it would be unethical to try to help these companies sell something that people don't need, because we need to save money. Um, we need to save money so that we can live more, you know. Um, and yeah, let's see here. So we shouldn't. Liquidity is correct. Yes. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So there is less liquidity in society, but also inflation, like high inflation. That's not a good combination. Okay. Some say that this is a correction because they were printing so much money and they were doing lots of silly things during COVID. Um, let's see. No, they don't teach us about M2 money, M1, M2, social economics. They don't teach that in Norwegian schools. I studied economics in university. That's where I'm. Hold on. No, I did. Yes, I think I had social economics in school actually. Yes. Um, Yeah, Horror Business says in America, the average person works two jobs and can barely get by. Housing is more expensive than it has ever been. It's such an important point you're making there. So here's my opinion. There's something beeping out there. Well, I don't know what that is. But anyway, my opinion is we should have a society where if one person in a family has an average income, that should be enough for that family to own a house with a nice little garden and a car. But that's not the case. No, that's not the case at all. But that's how it should be. And then the family could choose if both adults should work, or if you know the man should work or the woman should work, and the spouse should then be spending more time with the kids. You know, I think that would have been much better. Um, Point Blank Racer is saying a fair tax is every bit as absurd as fair theft. Yeah, I agree. Um, Patricia is saying can't avoid taxes in New Jersey. Taxes on everything. Yeah. Your corrupt president, Biden, his home state is. Let me know in the chat, and I will say something about that. Um, Germanic Pagan Pots is here, Mr. Sorepaws. Good to see you all. Okay, step down. That's your super chat there. Thanks a lot. Um, Yeah, okay. What's your opinion on rich people getting to buy carbon quotes and the parallel with indulgences? Please also summarize Prince Charles' hypocrisy. Well, I don't know what you mean by the part and the parallel with indulgences, but the idea of buying carbon quotas. Okay, so as far as I can understand, here's how that works. They have a private jet and they buy a carbon quote, which means that this landowner over here who gets paid will not cut down this piece of forest here for a number of years. Um, how how is that making less pollution? It's not, right? It's like so here's how it should be, okay? If you fly a private jet, you have your well, I guess if you have a private jet, you can fly a private jet, but don't fly your fucking private jet to a meeting where you're going to talk about how the peasants are going to have to live so that we can save the environment. Don't do that. I feel a twitch in my arms when I hear about people doing that. It's almost like I need to go and get my pitchfork and light a torch. Um, but they shouldn't be allowed to cut down the forest, right? Well, we have to cut down some forest, but we should keep the forest. I'll stop right there. I get upset. Prince Charles hypocrisy. Yeah, well, I don't like royals. I think they're parasites. So I'll just leave it at that. I'll have to scroll down. Step down. Thanks again. I feel like we have lost and we need to prepare. Well, I absolutely think that we all need to prepare. Um, let's see. Claire Stevens, 71 retirement age, incoming to the UK. Wow. And you know what they're saying? They're saying that it's because we're getting older. Like we're living for more years on this planet, which is not true, um, actually. So let's see here. I'll just have to scroll down. Um, yeah. Dickie Goodman says rent in America is 42% of gross. It's the biggest emergency facing this country. Homelessness is not caused by drugs, mental illness, or crime. Those people are forlorn. They couldn't afford rent. Yeah, that's disgusting. Now, why do you think that rent is going up? Hmm. Oh, it's the greedy landowners. No. Well, that might be the case in some cases. I have been a landowner. I know that situation well. It's not how it works. Um, so, again, the more taxes, the more cost a government adds to being a landowner, the more the interest rate goes up, the more rent will go up because the landowners need to cover their costs. Now, let's see here. Yes, John Turtle, exactly. The life expectancy is now starting to fall in that, and has been for a few years already. Yes, that's what I was mentioning there. Um, Now, two things concerning that. There is, of course, the obesity epidemic, which obviously makes a lot of people live shorter lives. And there is also the Billy Boy's cough medicine that is making a lot of people get sick and die from heart related illnesses and cancer. Um, and YouTube, if you want to shadow ban, well, you're already shadow banning. If you want to take down my channel here for saying that, you can go and screw yourself. I don't care anymore. Uh, yeah. So Joshua Carpenter is saying, which politician would you want to face in a boxing match most? I would pay good money to face them all. And I wouldn't care if I got hurt, if I could just get a. I shouldn't finish that sentence. um, let's see here. That's an interesting question. Green-eyed lady. Do you think young women should marry directly after high school instead of attending college? Um, well, I want to say no. I think getting education, if that is what you want, is great. I think studying is great. Now, I know there are some problems with colleges in the USA. I know about that, but not every person on this planet is living in the USA. Um, now, I don't see why. Well, if someone wants to get married, they should get married, and they could still attend college and get an education. I don't see why one excludes the other. Yeah, green-eyed lady, thank you again. Schools should teach kids about proper nutrition instead of wasting time teaching DEI nonsense. It's too early for me. DEI. Is that some of that woke crap again? Um, I, I guess it is. But here's the thing. What I'm seeing now is that what they are now calling healthy food is not healthy food. They are pushing vegan food like crazy. It is the most insane thing I've seen. Now, there are so many insane things now. Um, it's a very insane thing. Okay. And the idea is that if it's environmentally friendly, if the food is environmentally friendly, it is also healthy. Well, let's just, for the sake of the argument, say that they are correct in that vegan food is more environmentally friendly, which it's not, but okay, let's just say it is. How why would it be then why would that be the same as also that food being healthy? Those two things are not the same. Okay. Now, we know quite a lot about what food is healthy and what food is not healthy. It's now I will say it's difficult to study because you can't put people in a lab and keep them there for 2 months and control all the intake of food. You couldn't do that, and it would not be the same as a normal life. So it would skew the results. But still, we know quite a lot about what is a healthy diet. Um, First of all, we know that lots of people they can't tolerate milk. I can't, and many other people on this planet can't either. We know that vegan food. Well, I think that you can have a somewhat healthy diet if you're vegan. It's possible today with some vitamin supplements and so on. But the most natural and healthy food is eating what I call real food, which is meat, fish, and that should be your main focus, meat and fish, and you add some vegetables. Myself, I eat very little vegetables. I don't tolerate vegetables very well, but I eat a lot of meat. I eat a lot, well, I was going to say fish. I should eat more fish. I know. Um, and I avoid milk altogether. And I add simple carbs because that's what I can tolerate the most, just to keep me going through my rather long workouts. And that's what works for me. And what they're saying now, that everyone should go vegan, is causing especially a lots of young people to get into problems with their eating, their health. Um, yeah, it's crazy what we're seeing now. Okay. Sutanari is saying meat, fish, eggs, and dairy is the best diet. I agree, except you need to take into account that dairy can't be tolerated by many, many people here on this planet. And I think it's a very stupid thing to eat things that you can't digest. Um, so this is not me saying that vegans are stupid. I think we're seeing a lot of childish statements on this in both camps. Um, I'm just saying that, if you are vegan because of animal welfare, that's something I applaud, absolutely. But when you claim that it's the healthiest thing for everyone, that's where I disagree. And I have science on my side there. Okay. If I ever tried seal or whale meat, no. Uh, I think killing seals and whales is a horrible thing. People who do it are horrible human beings, and I wish only bad things to happen to them. I hope that answered your question. So, yeah, well, Patricia, why didn't you mention chicken? I eat lots of chicken. Well, it's a meat, isn't it? But I think, when it comes to chicken, there are some ethical issues there, that it's just too cruel. So I try to avoid it because of that. It's just, yeah. So, okay. Now, none of this is health advice. I'm not a certified, what's it called? Nutrition? No, not nutrition. Nu- what's it called? People who work with people who work with nutrition. I'm not used to that. No, I'm not nutritionist. I'm used to that. I'm reading another commentary. Norway used to do it, didn't they? Okay. I did warn you. I'm going to stumble with the words here today. I am very tired. Um, so let's see here. Well, yeah. Well, eating seal and whale. It's of course it's ethically different if you have to because of where you live. That's different. Okay. So let's leave that topic. No, Patricia, thank you for asking, but I will not go back to sleep now. I can't. Um, I can't. So again, let's return to. Oh, thank you, Step Down. Soylent Green took place in 2022. Green New Team. Yeah. So let's just finish the whole diet thing with, well, my personal opinion. I feel like a hypocrite because I care about animals, but I eat meat that comes from farm animals. And I don't think, well, I know I could never kill a farm animal. If I was a farmer, I had a farm, I could never kill a farm animal. Um, but I think I could hunt, and I think that's what I would do if society broke down. So yeah, I think it's the most ethical way of feeding yourself. But okay, um, do less. And I've been reading so many people who have experience from having a job. I don't really have that experience because I've been self-employed my whole life as a novelist. But people who work for other people, like when you work in a company, they're saying that, this idea that just do more, just work hard, you get rewarded with more work, not a promotion, or a promotion that just involves you working even more hours. And we have this sick arrangement where you're supposed to work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, and you get a few weeks off. I think the Americans are crazy with 2 or 3 weeks, just 2 or 3 weeks off from work every year. I mean, that's not a life. That's a non-life. It's just, well, if you love your job, awesome. I love my job, but very few people do. A lot of people, they would rather not be at their job. They would rather do something fun. But they have a problem admitting that, and they have a problem admitting that to themselves. So, you know, in this day and age, also in many of these companies, I suspect, and I don't know this, but I suspect that they are also taking into account your, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but things like your ethnicity, skin color. Am I right, or is that just a rumor? Um, it used to be like they had this. They had to get a certain percentage of women in certain positions in a company. Nobody made a joke there. That's good. You're behaving yourself. Um, so, and I know, many women, they didn't like that, at least in Norway, because they felt that, they should be, if they were promoted, it should be because of their skills and their you know what they were doing, not just because they are women. But then again, there were lots of these feminist organizations saying, "Oh, it needs to be like that." It's otherwise it's unfair. But oh, that is DEI, the Diversity Equity Index. Okay, so they are they are promoting and hiring based on ethnicity and skin color, you know. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's concerning. Um, and yeah, it's it's like why is it that, let's just say white, okay, white is such a silly term, like black. I'm it's like I'm not white, I'm Norwegian. Norse, that's my ethnicity. But okay, let's use those terms. Uh, and why is it that young, especially young and white men are losing all over? Why is that? You know, losing not because they are not performing as well, but just because they are uh, what's it called? They are well, just because they are white, they have to see other people being promoted just because those other people are not white and not men. So uh, and those people, young, often white men, are now being asked to fight in the army in a different in a country far away for the to go and get killed. It's crazy what we're seeing now, and it is like these people are now saying that, why would I die for my country when my country doesn't care about me? Why would I die for my country when my country is constantly telling me that I'm worth nothing? But that's a different topic, I guess. Pat says WHO um, treaty being signed in May. Expect big cough shortly after. Yeah. Joel says, do not join the army. I have fought in 2 wars in the infantry. Yeah. Wolf Bright, welcome. Um, yeah, it's the DEI, now that we know what it means. Uh, it's such a silly thing, and I never would have imagined that it would get to this. And I'm someone like me, and I guess most of you guys, or all of you guys maybe, we don't care about skin color. We don't judge people by their ethnicity. How is it that we are now the racists? Yeah, it's insane. Um, so yeah, you know, live more, do less. Um, you're not going to be rewarded by working yourself into the grave. You're not. And I wish I could go back and change things in my life, because I do understand that at the age of 51, it's not I'm not old, but if I had reached this conclusion earlier, if I had taken more time off, I would have done so. Um, yeah. So, hmm. Yeah, they call it unconscious racism. Yeah, I guess we are all, you know, we are all somewhat tribal. Um, so we you could say, I'm just playing the devil's advocate here, that you could say that it's more natural for us to connect with people from our own ethnicity, uh, maybe, but that's not racism. Uh, Lee says, same here, 51, and regretting working so much. Yeah. You know what? I wish I had taken time off from writing, and so that I could have been at home with my kids more when they were little. So, and that's a regret many people have. Chicken Beak says, I find people just like me boring. Yeah, that's a good point as well, because many of us, we have a curiosity uh, towards people from different ethnicities. And I love culture. I love different cultures. I love connecting with people from different cultures. Um, and yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah. Um, and then you have, we have been sort of mentioning serving in the army here somewhat, and there you can find tribes um, across ethnic groups, like brotherhoods, because they work together. Um, yeah. So, Madeleine, fin start på dagen. Well, thank you. Yeah, and Wolf Bright, yes, we should be proud of our cultural heritage. And that's not racism. That's actually, I feel that if we are proud of our cultural heritage, we are more secure. We have stronger roots, which makes us less fearful of other cultures. Um, yeah, Kevin, I have seen racism in full display. I have here in Norway. You want to guess who's been the racist in all of those on all of those cases? Who was the racist? Can you guess? And yeah, racists disgust me. They really do. Um, yeah, everything's getting more expensive. Um, yeah, there's a delay here, or maybe nobody's answering. It was who was the racist? Um, in every single instance that I have seen racism in full display, it's not been Norwegian people doing that. It's been people from Muslim origin, Muslim countries, every single time. Ursion Tosca is asking, are you going to be back in the woods again? I'm in the woods every day. Um, so, and I think I will get back to filming from the woods. Uh, well, like overnighters and things like that. But well, Ursion, well, saying you're a Muslim from Albania. Well, yeah, that's great. But doesn't mean that you're a racist. I'm just saying that the racists that I have met have all been Muslim people. Um, so, but yeah, I'm going to do that again. Be out in the woods doing overnighters. Um, and yeah, I think I will film some of those again. I've been discouraged by YouTube, and should I put that video on the main channel where it kind of stops the growth of the channel because people are not interested in my overnighters? Or should I put it on my channel Bjorn Outdoors, which is, relatively speaking, still a small channel, which means that I get very few views, I don't know. It's I don't like YouTube. What it's become. I'm using YouTube now just out of convenience, but it's like I feel that also there is this thing about YouTube that they pour ads into the videos, uh, trying to get people to buy crap that they don't need. Um, and I think yes, it used to be great. They had some ads in the videos, but now it's just so much that people are using ad blockers, which then, if you use ad blockers, that's the best way to make me stop making videos because I can't really keep making videos if there is no money in it. So YouTube is saying, well, you need to promote some products then in your videos. I'm not going to do that. As I said, I might maybe do like this video is sponsored by this and that VPN and then go on just for a few seconds. But these companies, they don't want that. They want you to sit there like an idiot. Oh, look at this computer game, Raid Shadow Legends, or something else, and talk about that crap for 90 seconds or something, or some product that for something that you don't need. I'm not going to do that because it's bad advice. And I'm not going to sit here and give people bad advice. You know, I just spent some time here saying that, well, save up some money so that you can live more, so that you can go on those hikes. And obviously, I'm not going to sell my soul to these companies. So, yeah. You can start creating content for children. I hear it pays off. I don't want to start creating content for children. But thanks for the advice. Yeah, All Seeing Otto says I pay for premium because I couldn't take the ads. Same with me. I pay for premium. I think that's a fair deal. Okay, YouTube, I can pay for the premium and I don't have to see the stupid ads. And YouTube creators, they get paid a portion of what I pay to YouTube. So it's all good, Sheila is asking, can you make more videos about homemade Christmas gifts? Well, I have a very famous video on the main channel where I'm teaching people to make some Christmas gifts for kids, and you can make a smartphone and so on. Actually, make your own smartphone. Very popular gifts. So you should check that out. YouTube very kindly hid that video from the audience. Thank you, YouTube. But you can find it on my channel page. Link to my main channel is in the video description. if you want some awesome ideas on how to make Christmas gifts. Actually, those gifts can be um, given to people outside of Christmas as well, or Yule, as we say here. Now people are writing advice how to use this and that web browser so that they don't see the ads. Listen, I just said if you want me to stop being on YouTube, use these web browsers or ad blockers where you don't see the ads. Because if you don't see the ads on my video and you're not paying premium on YouTube, I'm not getting paid for making videos. If I'm not getting paid, and it's not so much I make on YouTube, but if I'm making nothing, I will stop. Okay, I have to be honest with you there. So yeah, that's just how it is, you know. Um, yeah, some of you did see the Christmas gift video. Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, Kevin, if I don't know what that means, but if you're writing, if I were to send you support money, that would be the way to go. I'm sure you understand that I can't really keep doing this and hope that people will send me money. I mean, if you do support me that way, that's great. And already like Step Down has done that here in this live stream, which is awesome. Um, but that can't. Okay, I can't really rely on that. Fred is saying, I thought you had other reasons. Yes, you think I'm doing this just for the money. I'm saying I can't keep doing this if there is no money in it. You know why? Because it costs a fucking lot of money to make videos. I'm out making videos quite a lot of the time. Okay. And people need to understand that, yes, I'm not doing this for the money, but there needs to be money in it. Okay. And if you can't understand that, I would advise you to just leave my channel, watch some other stuff. I don't care. So this is kind of a sign of immaturity if you can't understand that. Okay. So you can look behind me, some of the stuff that I'm using in some of the videos. You think that's for free? It's not. So okay. Now, there is another thing going on here that you should be aware of. What do you think YouTube will do if a video is not making money for them? Do you think they will keep showing you that thumbnail? I can tell you what YouTube will do. Let's say everyone decided to use ad blocker on my next video on the main channel. So no ads. What do you think happens? You think YouTube is interested in showing people a video where there will be no ads played? No. That video will swiftly be hidden by the algorithm. You won't even know it exists. Okay? This is how you kill a channel. So, okay. And I think it's I think it's a sad thing when people expect you to work for free, to do all the research for free, to take all the crap from all the trolls for free, to have people standing at the gate for free because they figured out where you live, you know. Thanks for the advice, Kevin, but I'm not going to do that. You're saying that I could find a product or company that you fully support and include their product in your videos. I'm not a salesman, not a salesman. Spirit Wolf Design says your time is just as valuable as everyone else's. You have every right to be compensated. So why do you do it, Bjorn? You know why? There are three reasons. And I think the most important one is the one that I didn't think of when I started. People are telling me that I have helped them. And that means a lot to me. Reason number two, I get artistic pleasure from many of my videos. Now, this is just a live stream, okay? And there are links to my other channels in the video description, that secret area of YouTube, the video descriptions. And reason number three, I have a message. I have something I need to say. So there you go. I hope that answered your question. So it's like, well, thank you, Lee. Thank you. So it's like when I go, I've been to when I went to Poland and I made a video from the Jomsviking, well, the reconstructed Jomsviking settlement there, and so on. It's not for free to do that. I know that these videos, YouTube doesn't care. People, they don't care if you go and really, really make an effort and put money into it, which I'm going to do in the future as well. But it gives me artistic pleasure to be able to do that. And YouTube paying money enables me to make those videos. And I think it brings about those videos, even though YouTube will swiftly, now it's just crazy, they will just hide them, you know, because I'm not a fast talking 20-year-old with his fucking face up in a camera. But those videos, when they do reach some people, they do reach some people before YouTube hides them. They mean something to those people, and those videos mean something to me, and they very often cost a lot of money to make. Timothy says, I learned how to hunt seal from a Norwegian. I'm very sorry to hear that, Timothy. That's a very sad thing. Simon says, I put you on 1.5 speed, Bjorn. That fixes the issue for me. That's great, Simon. I will speak as slowly as I can, just for you. Wolfbride says, I must travel to Poland someday. That's the land of my ancestors. That's awesome. Oh, Simon was just kidding. That's good to hear. Well, thank you, Michael from Kentucky. Thank you, Chris. You're asking what camera I use in my videos. Well, I have to use more than one camera actually to get the result that I want. I'm not an expert on cameras or photography or videography at all, but I am learning, and I have linked to the cameras that I use on the gear and equipment list on my website. My website above my head there. So yeah, you can find them there. I had to upgrade to a 4K Canon full frame, and those are not for free because YouTube is now, and if you are a YouTuber, you should know this. YouTube is getting into the TV segment. More and more people are watching YouTube on their TV, and that means that you really need to film your videos in 4K. And that's why I had to upgrade. You're welcome, Chris. Mr. Sopo says, I want a full frame DSLR myself, but price? Yes, they are expensive. I've always had the policy that I need the income from YouTube to pay for the equipment. I need to earn in that money first. Okay. I will end the live stream, I think, now. And you can say many things, I guess, about my live streams, but at least they're honest. So, yeah. I'm quite tired now. I've been up for many hours. So, well, thank you. Yes, and good night, everyone, says Sheila. Yes, good night, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.